Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be doing a updated version of my Noble Knights. Now this is something that I haven't done in a little while, and I really wanted to get this deck profiled. Now it's a really fun deck. I really like playing this. It's a very protect the king-ish deck, no pun intended. You really want to summon out your Sacred Noble Knight, King of Artorigus, and get him on the field and just swing at your opponent until you win the game. There is some really good plays now that you don't have to just summon just him on the field, that you can get a couple of them out on the field, like get him and get the normal King of the Noble Knights on the field. And once you get them on the field with maybe Isolde, you can really get some plays off quite well. So let's get straight on this, guys, and see what I am playing. So we're going to be playing, first off, 3 copies of Noble Knight Madrat. I know that a lot of people are sometimes playing just 2 of these now. I still like 3. I feel like it's the best opener of the entire game. You just normal summon it, and then you get to special summon, or like if you equip it with a Noble Arms card, its level increases by 1, and then once per turn, if you control no other monsters, you can special summon 1 Noble Knight from your deck, and then you special summon in defense position. But this card becomes a normal monster while face up on the field, except when it gets equipped with a Noble Knight spell and trap. So you can special summon out onto the field Gwaine, because Gwaine's effect is that if you control a light Noble Knight monster, or light normal monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in face of defense. So this becomes a light monster, this becomes a light, or you can special summon this out on top of it to then overlay, if you have to, into your normal King of the Noble Knights. Then I play 1 copy of Dristan. I actually went through this entire deck and tried to get just about everything, and I'm missing 3 cards that are still in Platinum Rare, but get everything that's not in Platinum Rare anymore. But when you control another Noble Knight monster, your opponent cannot target monsters with less than 1800 attack, except this card for attacks, which is really cool because Isolde has 1600, and then this protects it. And then if this card is equipped with an equip spell, you can target 1 card on the field and destroy it, which is really nice. Then I played 2 of the new Noble Knight cards. This card is, if a Noble Arms card is equipped to this card, you can special summon a token that's level 4, 1000. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except Noble Knight monsters, and you can only use effect once per turn. Then once per turn, while equipped with the card, you make all other Noble Knight monsters you control gain 500 attack, which is pretty good. I really love this card. He has long hair and he don't care, just like me. But just an awesome card. Because he gives you that token. So like if you normal summon out Madrat, you used to summon boars a lot, which speaking of which, we played 1 copy of boars, but now I special summon out this guy more often, because like it pops the field spell, or pops a card on off of him, summons it on him, you get a token, link it away, special summon Isolde, use Isolde's effect to search, and then special summon it, overlay, and then go into our Noble Knight, because then you have them all in the grave. So there's like so many easy combos with this deck that's 2 card combos that just get you exactly what you need to get your king out on the field as quickly as possible. So we play 1 copy of boars. I used to play 3, but I feel like 1 is the optimal number because you're usually going to summon just him. Isolde does exactly what he does almost, except a little bit better because it gets him into the grave to summon off for the king, and then you get a bunch of cards on the field. So I feel like 1 is fine. Basically what he does is he becomes a dark monster, increases level by 1 when he has a Noble Arms card equipped to him, and then you can reveal 3 Noble Arms cards in your hand or in your deck. Your opponent randomly picks 1, and you get to add it to your hand. The rest are sent to the grave, which is really good. But again, Isolde does what he does, but better. So we just play 1 copy now. Then I played 3 copies of Noble Knight Brothers. Noble Knight Brothers is when it's normal summoned, you can this card can only attack if you have 3 Noble Knight monsters on your field, and no other monsters. And then when this card is normal summoned, you can special summon 2 Noble Knight monsters from your hand. You cannot special summon monsters except for Noble Knight monster for the rest of the turn. And then once per turn, you can target 3 Noble Knight monsters and or Noble Arms in your grave, shuffle them into the deck, and then draw a card. This card is single-handedly the best normal summon in the entire deck, hands down. best normal summon, because you normal summon this and then special summon out 2 Noble Knight monsters from your deck or from your hand, and then it gives you so much advantage at that point that you have 3 monsters on field that you can just overlay or link into exactly what you need, and you can almost end, if you play your cards right and you have the right Noble Knight monsters to follow this out on the field, you can end on an Isolde and 2 of the Kings, which just is so devastating to your opponent that they usually can't get past it. Then I play 3 copies of Noble Knight Custonin. Noble Knight Custonin, to me, is one of the best new cards of all of the support that this deck has gotten. His effect is that once per turn, you can, let's see, if you control a Noble Knight or Noble Arms card, you can special summon him from your hand, and then you can only special summon him once per turn that way. His other effect is that if he's used to, if he's used for an XYZ or Link material, the Link or XYZ monster gains the following effects. If a card is special summoned, you can normal summon 1 Noble Knight monster during your main phase in addition to your normal summoner set. And then it's just really good to get that extra normal summon off. I play 1 copy of Ector. Basically, it's kind of like a dragon ruler. You can banish 2 Noble Knight monsters from your grave to special summon him to your field, from your hand or field. And then once per turn, a Synchro XYZ material using Noble Knight monster using this card cannot be negated, which is nice. And he lets you go into your Sacred Noble Knight a little easier, so that's why I play him at 1. 3 copies of Merlin, because you can normal summon it and special summon any Noble Knight monster from your deck to your field. 2 copies of Morgan. Basically, she's like a hand trap in a way. Like, when your opponent activates a card or effect while you control a Noble Knight monster and a Noble Arms card, you can send this card from your hand to the grave, destroy 1 Noble Arms card, and if you do, negate the activation of the card, which is really nice. I love her at 1, or I mean at 2. I probably wouldn't play her at 3 because she'd get a little bricky. I might play her at 3 if I played the 50 card variant, but I play the 40 card variant. Then I play 1 copy of Guinevere, Queen of the Noble Arms. This is one of the only cards I have not gotten that's in Secret Rare. They're like $10, and I couldn't justify paying $10 when I had it already in Platinum Rare. Basically, you can target a Noble Knight monster you control and equip it with this card from your hand or grave, and it gains the following effects depending on what attribute it is. If it's a light, then it'll be destroyed by a card effect. You can destroy this card instead. If it's a dark, the equipped monster you battles an opponent's monster during damage step, you can destroy that monster, then destroy this card, which is really awesome. And that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. So we only play like a couple of traps, so we'll go through those fairly quickly. But we play 1 copy of Monster Reborn for the spells. 1 copy of Reinforcements of the Army, because just about everything's either a warrior or a spellcaster, but all the warriors can be searched with this, except for Ector. 3 copy of Heritage of the Chalice. This card's basically crazy. You get to add a Noble Knight monster or a Noble Arms card from your deck to your hand, and if a Noble Knight monster equipped with a Noble Arms equipped spell is destroyed by battle and sent to the grave, while this card's in your graveyard, you can add this card from your deck, from your graveyard to your hand. So it just is a constant searcher that keeps adding itself back. I play 2 copies of Glory of the Noble Knights. I only play 2 because I feel like I play enough Noble Arms that I don't need to. I only need 2. Like, it just works for me at 2. And for the swords, we play... let me actually move these to the center because I'm going to put all the swords across the bottom. We play a Caliburn, monster gains 500, and then you gain 500 life points for each time. You can do it once per turn. All the Noble Arms cards share the effect of is that if it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target a warrior monster and then a warrior type Noble Knight monster and equip it. So like if they drop the sword, another Noble Knight monster can pick up the sword if it's destroyed, which is cool. A Caliburn, it makes all your the monsters equipped with gain 1,000 attack, and then each standby phase, each one of your standby phases, it loses 200. 1 copy of Clarent, you can pay 500 and the monster can attack directly. I play 1 copy of Lancelot Sword. I don't even want to try and pronounce this. Basically, you can target a face-down card, make the monster lose 500 attack and destroy it, but it targets face-down cards. 2 copies of Destiny. Destiny makes it where it can't be destroyed by card effects once per turn, or can't be destroyed by card effects or by battle let's see. You can only use the effect, you can only target one destiny equipped to a warrior monster. Once per turn, the equipped monster cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects, which is really, really, really a great effect. And that's why I play 2 of it. And 2 copies of Excalibur, another card that I haven't got in super rare quite yet. The equipped monster cannot, this is one that you really have to read it out. The equipped monster or equipped only to a Noble Knight monster, and it cannot be targeted with card effects. And then during your turn, except the turn this card was sent to the grave, you can banish it to XYZ summon a Noble Knight XYZ monster you control. Special summon from your extra deck 1 Noble Knight XYZ monster with a different name, using that target as a material, attaching all materials on top of it. So it lets you go into your Sacred Noble Knight a lot easier on top of your other king, which is really, really nice. And that's it, guys. I play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the swords. I feel like this is plenty of swords in a 40 card deck. You're going to open up. You have a very good odds of opening up one of the swords, and that's what you really want to aim for. But that's it for the spells. Let's get into the traps really quick. So for the traps, guys, we're going to be playing only 3 copies of Until Noble Arms Are Needed Again. So Until Noble Arms Are Needed Again is excavate cards from the top of your deck equal to the number of Noble Knight or Noble Arms cards you control. And if you do, add 1 of them to your hand. So also place the remaining on top of your deck in any order. You can banish this card from your grave, except the turn this card was sent to the grave. Special summon from your deck 1 Noble Knight monster with a different name from cards you control. So it's like an instant special summon from your deck. It lets you excavate cards and adds any of them, not just Noble Knight cards. So you can add Monster Reborn, Morgan, Merlin, anything you need up to the number of cards. Like, if I have this on the field and it's in my grave, I can special summon something from my deck. Or I can just do some really, really, really good plays with it by excavating and grabbing exactly what I need when I need it. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. So we're going to play 3 copies of the, I actually like the Platinum Rare ones of these. So we're going to play 3 copies of the Sacred Noble Knight King. He takes 2 level 5 or higher Noble Knight monsters, but we're never really going to summon him that way anymore. When he's XYZ summon, you can target up to 3 Noble Knight arms in your grave and equip it to him. And then once per turn, you can detach a material, then target 1 other monster on the field and destroy it. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 level 4 or higher Noble Knight monster in your grave and special summon that target. Then I play 3 copies of the Artorigus, the King of the Noble Knights. It takes 2 Noble Knight monsters to overlay into him, and then when this card is XYZ summoned, you can target 3 Noble Arms in your grave and equip it to him. And then once per turn, you can detach material from him, destroy any number of spells and traps on the field up to the number of Noble Arms equipped to him, which is pretty cool. 2 copies of Custanin, Sacred Noble Knight Custanin. This is the new XYZ monster that we got in Cybernetic Horizon. Basically, once you can detach any number of materials from him and then target cards your opponent controls and then return them to the hand. And then if he's destroyed by battle or by card effect and sent to the grave, you can special summon 1 Noble Knight XYZ monster from your extra deck, except another copy of himself. If you do attach this card as a material, so usually you're going to summon out your Sacred Noble Knight this way. I usually make him turn 1 bounce stuff, and then if he gets destroyed, I just special summon out the Sacred Noble Knight. Then I play a Baguska, just in case my opponent does some really crazy plays and gets me backed into a corner. I have Baguska because this deck is really easily summons rank 4s. I play 3 copies of Isolde because this deck is mainly focused around summoning Isolde. It just takes 2 warrior monsters. If it's link summoned, everybody knows what Isolde does. It can add a warrior monster from your deck to your hand. Then you can send equip spells from your deck to your hand. From your deck to the grave, equal to the number of levels the monster you want to special summon, and then special summon it, which is really cool, because usually you're going to send 4 Noble Arms and special summon any of your Noble Knights. A Hippo Shinigami, because everything's light in the deck, and it makes me get good link arrows. Boral Sword, and then Nightmare Unicorn, just to pop and OTK my opponent really easily. But that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed putting this one together. I probably had this deck probably since the Platinum Rares came out, and I've been playing around with it about that long as well. It's just a really, really fun deck. Like, I'm glad that they're actually giving it more support, and I've hung on to this deck as long as I have. And I anticipate they're probably going to do more support as TCG exclusives, and I'm really glad that they're doing that. It's really an exciting deck, and it's really pretty cheap now. But anyways, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And don't forget to hit that bell down there so you can become a part of the notification squad, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys.